Alright, so now that we have done with the introductory part of Python and I have also embarrassed myself, now let us look at how do we even set up Python in our device. So in order to use Python, we need to have Python in our device. But there is one way so that we can even use Python without downloading it. That is using online compiler. So in order to use online compiler, you have to open a browser. Within the browser, just type in online Python compiler. Within any website, you could just type in the Python code that you wish to, and also the output would be printed over there. But this is not a widely practiced method. Usually we download Python in our device. I am using a Windows 10 device. So we need to download Python, and there are three ways of doing so. But before proceeding, let me make one thing really clear, that if you are going to be using Anaconda's Jupyter Notebook, which I will be using for the rest of this course, you don't need to have to separately download Python. Python would be automatically downloaded along with the Anaconda's files. So less work to do, right? Yeah, so you could just directly skip the downloading part of Python and skip to this particular section of the video. So the first method of downloading Python is using command prompt. So just click on the search menu and type cmd instead of typing command prompt as whole, and then just open the command prompt. Over there just type python 3, and if you don't have any Python installed, it will directly open up the app store window. The second way is by using Microsoft's app store. So just open the app store. Over there just search for Python and download the latest version available. The third way is by using Python's official website. So just open up your Chrome browser or any browser. Over there just type in Python download. So just open up the python.org official website of Python, and there just click on download Python. Once you have downloaded Python, you need to set up Python for your device. So just open the exe file that you have downloaded, and over there just click on add python.exe to path, and then click on install now. This would take a couple of minutes, but this is all that you need to do in order to set up Python. And that's it. Your setup was successful. That was so easy, right? So now that Python has been successfully installed, now if you open up the Windows tab, you could see three apps available. The very first one is python.3.11 module docs. This app includes all the built-in modules. It also includes all the Python codes that we have typed, but we don't have any, that's why this is empty. It also includes all the DLLs and all the libs. Lib stands for library. And as you can see, there are many pre-installed libraries. For now, let us just click on the timeit library, which is used for measuring execution type of a small code snippet. So basically it would tell you how much time is your code is taking to run. So the second app is IDLE, which stands for Integrated Development and Learning Environment. So basically you can type in Python code over here, you can execute a code over here, you can even save Python files using this app, or you could open a pre-saved Python file using IDLE. This is a simple Python code which would just print hello coders. Just don't worry about the syntax for now, I would teach that later. So by default, all of our Python code will be saved over here, but you can just change the position if you wish to. Right now I'm saving this Python file in the desktop folder by the name as test, and as you can see, the file has been created in desktop. We could easily identify this file as a Python because of its logo. We could also check the extension of this file in the properties of this app. So it has a .py extension which stands for Python. All the Python files that you will create will have a .py extension. The third app is Python 3.11. So if you click on it, and command prompt window will open up wherein you could just type in any Python code that you wish to. Alright, so now that we have done with the downloading and installation of Python, let's see how do we even use Python. So we can use Python using many ways, like text editors, we could use IDEs, we could use notebooks, or we could use command prompt directly. But in this video series, I'm going to be using Jupyter Notebook. Also, I would be teaching you how to even code in Visual Studio. Alright, so in this video series, I'm going to be using Jupyter Notebook. Alright, so before we proceed to download Jupyter Notebook, let me first explain why am I even emphasizing on downloading and using Anaconda Jupyter Notebook for Python. So the first reason is it's because it's best for beginners and practitioners. And the reason it is best because it has cell structure. So here is a screenshot of the Jupyter Notebook. As you can see, this is cell number 1, a equals 1. This is first cell wherein I have typed a equals 1. So I have assigned a is a variable, and as I have assigned 1 as its value. So this is first cell, and b equals 2 is the second cell. So the gray ones are the cells. And in the third cell, I have just printed a plus b, and the output is 3. So as you can see, this cell structure is very unique and it helps in understanding code, and it also identifies the error much quickly. So let's say there was an error over here, it would have printed the error, and before even starting to code the next part of the code, we would have identified the error and corrected the error instead of complete debugging the entire code. You also get many things that are unique for Jupyter Notebook. So let's say you don't know what print does. You can simply type in help, and inside of parentheses you could type print. So this output just tells what all things print does. So prints the value to a stream. I know this is a little bit complicated for you guys in the initial stage, but hold on with me. This would get really easy as we move forward. So basically what print does, it just displays an output. Well, the second reason is it works inside your favorite browser. So for me it is Chrome. So as you can see, it is opened inside Chrome. So it is like localhost 8888, that's the port number. But anyways, this Jupyter Notebook will open inside your Chrome, so it would be even easier to use. Next is you can include your own documentation or explanation in your code. So let me give you an example for that. Over here you can see this running code. Let me on the pointer for this. Hold on a second. Yeah, so running code and all these paragraphs, and again this heading and all these paragraph are not a piece of code, but this gives information about what the code does and how does it runs. So inside the cell you can again see there is our Python code, but there are many explanations to the code given over here, which you can't do otherwise in any other apps. You can write comments over there. This type of explanation is unique to Jupyter Notebook. The next advantage is it is widely used in data analysis. You can easily plot graphs using Anaconda Jupyter Notebook. Let me give you an example. So over here I have wrote some Python code. Don't worry about the code for now, but basically what I wanted to tell you is that using Jupyter Notebook you can print graphs very easily. So over here you can see there is a graph printed. So in order to download Jupyter Notebook, just open up your favorite browser, and over there just type in for Anaconda Jupyter Notebook download. Now open up the anaconda.com/downloads website, and over there you can simply download your Jupyter Notebook. Alright, so now that you have downloaded the Anaconda file, just click on the downloaded file and open it. So after opening it, this page would be showing up. So just click on the next page and then just agree for the license. Just click on I agree, and then just install for Just Me. If you're using a Windows device or any device, it is recommended for Just Me. So just choose a installation location. I prefer to keep it as it is, and in advanced option you can just register Anaconda 3 as my default Python 3.9, because you are going to be using this app for Python development. So instead of using it separately, you could just register Anaconda 3 for your default Python, and then just untick these two boxes if needed. Alright guys, so now that you have successfully downloaded Jupyter Notebook, now it's time to use it. So now if you check your app list, there is a new folder created by the name Anaconda 364-bit. If you click on it, there are 6 apps available in it. The very first one is Anaconda Navigator. Alright, so this is Anaconda Navigator. Over here, as you can see, there are several apps available. For now, let us just launch Jupyter Notebook. This is the landing page of Jupyter Notebook. From here, you could just navigate to any particular file or folder. We don't have any Jupyter Notebook file created, so let's just create it. I'm creating a new file in the desktop. You could just change the location as per your requirement, but for now I'm creating a new file in desktop. Over there, you could just click on this new button, click on Python 3. Let's name this file as test. So this is where you will be coding for most of the part. As you can see, the first cell is empty. Let's write some piece of code in it. To run this cell, you could just click shift plus enter over there, or else you could just click on this button over here. For now, I'm just clicking on shift plus enter, and you can see blah 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 printed out. Perfect. Alright, so this file is going to be auto saved by default. Okay, so now on the desktop you can see 2 files created. First one is test and second one is checkpoints. This test is not a Python file, it's a Jupyter Notebook file. Let us see the extension of this file. So this file is having a extension .ipnyb, which stands for Jupyter Notebook Jupyter source file. Congratulations on writing and saving your first Python code. This is all that you need to set up Python for Jupyter Notebook. It was really simple, right? And now in the next video, I'm going to be elaborating on Python data types. There are 11 data types in total. I'm going to be elaborating on each of them. So stay tuned till then. See you later. Bye.